everyone, and welcome to today's session of what to look at first and foremost when you decide the foundations of your business model. When you start a business, what is the kind of business you would like to start? Is your primary concern in starting a business to make a lot of money? Or is your primary objective to solve a major problem? Now, the two are usually very different approaches when thinking of starting a business and will change the way your business grows. The kind of business you start is your state of mind, and it's important to make sure you are keenly aware of the difference of the type of business you launch. So let's run through it. Generally, there are two foundational business models you need to think about before incorporating your business, and for those whose primary motive to create an abundant lifestyle for themselves would be categorized as a founder-centered business. Now, the second business model we will dive into is where the founder's primary personal motive is to solve a major problem, which would be categorized as an investor-centered business. Now, let's look at the first business model as a founder-centered business. Are they usually considered a small business? Answer is no. A founder-centered business can be hugely successful, but it takes a long time to get there. You do have to make sure you are clear in your mind what kind of business you want to become. You can then be clear on whether you will invite others to participate in your business by owning a piece or not. Making that decision will have its consequences both ways. Such consequences include, and things to consider would be whether you're okay with ownership dilution, risking a possible change in roles and responsibilities as the company matures, the level of control, kind of culture you would like to build. What is your financing capabilities or capacity? What kind of structure do you see for your company? And how do you want the decisions to be made in the long term? For example, having a board of directors or not. So let's take a look at one of these points of financing capacity, for example. Financing capacity should be tied in with your vision, as it will decide the longevity and how you would like to grow your company. A founder-centered business usually has a modest vision, is willing to take time, and does not have a fast ROI or milestones in place for achievement. As a result, their first source of capital to help finance their business would be a loan from a commercial bank. An investor-centered business model, on the other hand, would be selling your vision to investors that is inspiring, promising high growth potential and shareholder value. And such investors include angels, friends or family, and venture capital. As a result, an investor-centered business usually must always have an exit plan or liquidity event, whereas a founder-centered business, an exit plan really doesn't concern them. A founder-centered business as well look to themselves as the answer for all their resources for financing capital, which generally ranges from $100,000 to $500,000 to begin with, on average. An investor-centered business, on the other hand, of course, look towards a much higher number, for example, a couple $1 million, due to the sheer potential scale and setting up to make it a corporate mission to build and scale very quickly and add value to their shareholders. Of course, there are always exceptions. Founders may have rich parents, deep pockets themselves. They may also already have a loyal investor following or an early stage business with instant earnings. On the other hand, when a founder-centered business never had the intention of being an investor-centered business and then tries to masquerade itself as an investor-centered business later down the track, the potential of destabilization and risk is higher, which then could end up with dire consequences such as relationships broken and your reputation. Remember, by taking money of those investors who have believed in you while you have a founder-centered business mind, the likelihood the investors will see those funds back would be extremely low. Of course, now I'm generalizing when I'm talking about both business models. However, there's no doubt being aware of this is critical in helping you decide your business foundation and direction from the start. The next question would be, what kind of company structure are you looking to set up? There are various types of businesses in each country or jurisdiction, such as a sole proprietary or setting up a corporation. Now, you can talk to your accountant or lawyer or someone who you trust who has a lot of experience, should be able to help you with this. But also take into account the capital structure of a founder or investor-centered business is also very different, where in the investor-centered model, you would want the company to be set up as a vehicle with different classes of shares in order to be ready for future capital raising requirements. It also has the potential setup for the majority ownership to be under a board of directors rather than the majority ownership being among the founders. Now, think these through, digest them for today, and we'll continue the journey on this topic of building the foundations of your business model in the next video. Thank you.